What's going on? What's going on?
What's happening?
We are live on Twitch. We are live on Facebook. Tonight we are live on Talking Interference Sports. So if you're watching us on Talking Interference Sports or Twitch, go check us out on Game Changer Sports Network. Go like Game Changer Sports Network. Go to Tabby's Coffee.
Go to SeatGeek.com.
Use
Type in
GCSN as a promo code. Get $20 off your purchase.
when you're going to that awesome Sir Mix-a-Lot and Tone Loc concert at the Clearwater Casino.
That's right. That's right.
I'm gonna go, man.
And go check out.
Dude, that sounds like so much fun. Tone Loc.
Go check out Kidsap Connection as well. You'll find our stuff up there. Here relatively shortly. I'm going to start uploading it up there. But Kidsap Connection is a local podcast network, basically. So
I heard it's
County.
okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
We're on it. You know,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's not a big deal.
I don't have a lot of content
ton.
today. Not a
Yeah.
lot to talk about. But,
We just didn't want to miss another week.
yeah, I don't want to miss another week. So we're here. We're here to talk. What have you seen in the sports world the last week?
You mean other than the trade deadline and Bobby Wagner getting a deal?
Yeah, so let's talk about Bobby Wagner getting a deal. How do you feel about that? Bobby Wagner got the deal.
How could I feel bad about that?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
oh, okay, sorry, I got distracted.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I mean, he's the defensive captain. He's I'm sure there are plenty of other people out there who would dive way into more into the analytics of whether he's actually what the Seahawks need as a captain or whatever for the defense, whatever, or if he was on the show captain, whatever. I like it as a fan. I love it. I support the move. I'm glad to see him on our team for another 3 years at least.
Him and KJ Wright.
Yeah,
I think those guys are
KJ
gonna...
Wright too. But both of them, I mean, couldn't be happier for both of them. And I am, as a Seattle fan, ecstatic to see them stay in Seattle uniforms.
Right. Me too. Like I was talking about last week, there is nobody else they needed to sign this season. Thank you for signing KJ Wright, or excuse me, Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, B-Wags.
And thank you for signing KJ Wright. KJ Wright needed to stay as well.
See, I think KJ Wright has flown kind of under the radar a little bit more than Bobby Wagner has. But, I mean, to me, that is equally – well, it's not bigger, but it's definitely equal to re-signing Bobby Wagner for me.
I think Bobby Wagner's just like a little bit above it. Only on the fact that Bobby Wagner has so much more press and
He has more press. I think that's because Bobby Wagner is more front and center kind of.
right. KJ Wright is
KJ
just
Wright,
as important as Bobby Wagner in my opinion as well.
That's what I'm trying to say. And I think it's just that, yeah, KJ Wright, he's always just kind of been there and doing what he does and doing it pretty well, extremely well.
Right.
Very well.
Right.
However you want to word it. But I feel like he kind of gets overlooked sometimes.
He does, for sure. He's a very viable portion of the Seahawks defense, and they definitely need a guy like KJ Wright to be a part of that defense, especially how stretched thin that defensive line is. You got to have a good middle if your O-line or if your D line is going to be as weak as it is. Ziggy Ansah got approved to play week 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's going to play any during the preseason, but from what I'm hearing, all reports are saying Ziggy Ansah is going to be cleared to play week 1 during the regular season. So Jaron Reed being gone, that's a huge
But then they also
huge deal.
Oh man, who was their number 1 pick?
Ben Burr-Kirven.
Yeah, who with the high ankle sprain?
Yeah, they don't know what the deal with him is. Ben Burr-Kirven.
But they're hoping he's going to be back by the first
no.
week.
It's LJ Coyer. LJ Coyer. That's who you're talking about. Ben Burr-Kirven's also injured as well, but LJ Coyer is who you're talking about. For sure. I'm 100%. LJ Coyer, high ankle sprain, rare, says Seahawks may take time to figure out.
No, when was that?
Yesterday.
No, this was
His ankle sprain happened like 3 days ago, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, the high ankle sprain was for. Sorry, that derailed me.
The high ankle sprain was for
LJ Coyer.
LJ
Coyer is what his name is.
But I was thinking of Corbin, but
yeah. So basically, the defensive line for the Seahawks has been stretched thin. I'm not worried about LJ Coyer so much as I was about Jaron Reed, just because of the veteran presence and the fact that you know what you need to do, you know how to do it, instead of this is a learning curve and let's figure it out together.
I'm just concerned for these, what is it now, 2 or 3 guys who have been drafted or were undrafted and came on the team and then got hurt. I don't want to see anybody coming into the NFL get hurt before the preseason of their first season and then never actually get a chance.
Right.
And I mean, that happens. It always seems shitty to me.
It's not pleasant to deal with. Right. That's for damn sure. Officially from yesterday,
I'm excited though. They kept Will Dissly, and he's going to be back.
Yeah, Will Dissly's back.
Yeah,
Uncle Will's going to be back. So I'm really looking forward to that.
There's definitely some highlights to this, Hawk season already. Even though we've been dealing with already before, I guess currently preseason is underway. But
as soon as guys who were supposed to be on the PUP list weren't on the PUP list, I was already looking forward to what was going on with the Seahawks. As soon as that came out, I was ready for some Seahawks football. Marquise Blair, I'm really looking forward to seeing how he's doing. DK Metcalf, everybody's talking about how jacked this dude is and how great he's looking. His routes aren't the best is what everybody's saying, but I mean, you're a rookie, man. You got a lot of time to learn. I'm looking forward to watching him in this season.
Here's my thing with DK Metcalf is I am way too excited to see him in a Seahawks uniform. I think it's going to be great.
I don't want to put my expectations too high just because of his rookie status.
Well, that's where I'm at. And I also don't want to put my expectations being too high for like how in shape he is or whatever, because that's everything that everyone talks about
is how in shape he is,
how in shape
big he is, and
how much you can bench, all this, all that. I know for a fact that you've seen the same thing that I've seen, that guys like that tend to ignore their body and rely solely on their strength, and then they end up getting hurt.
Right.
So I mean that's from a working standpoint, but football's a job.
Right.
And so they don't think about it the way a guy like Tyler Lockett would, where he's slimmer and he's like, hey man, I can't do that, so I have to do this to do my job.
XYZ. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's got to think it more analytical, and be like, I got to do this, this, and this. Whereas this guy is just going to be like, grab, smash,
Right.
and that's what I'm concerned about with DK Metcalf.
What I want to see from DK is once he finally starts learning the route running and the playbook, give him a couple weeks. If he's not got this down by week 5, I'm going to be disappointed by it. But give him a few weeks to figure it out. And I feel that the man can be a Calvin Johnson or a Dez Bryant. Those big body dudes that can get up there, catch it, and get hit, but still hold on to the ball.
Yeah.
And go.
I didn't
catch it, get that yak.
I didn't mean that as a downside.
No, for sure. I get
Yeah.
what you're saying, and I was trying to play off of it to like.
Yeah, I think what the examples that you brought up, that's few and far between. A lot of those guys rely solely on their strength, and they think that's just going to carry them through their football career or through their military career, construction career, whatever career, and then they end up and we're like, I can't walk.
DK Metcalf is not going to be as big as he is in 5 years. I promise that. But he is right now, and let's utilize it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying we have a high upside
but I also
with low risk.
But I also want to look at DK Metcalf as a guy
who's going to be a franchise wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And
but I don't want him to be that guy
want,
who's like so big he's
I just want to see him have the ability to play smart so he can become that.
Right.
Not just,
the guy that showed up after being drafted without a shirt on in the draft room to say, "Thanks for drafting me."
That or having like 2 good seasons and then getting hurt because he didn't know how to take care of himself.
I agree with that.
Or never mind. I haven't really formulated that thought, but
okay.
I was thinking kind of oh my God, now I can't think of his name. Jimmy Graham.
Oh yeah.
Where he did great with the Saints.
Well, and that's a different
that is a different scenario. But once he got to the Hawks, he was hurt a lot.
Right. I hear what you're saying. I get you. I get it.
And he's a big dude.
Right. Most definitely.
I don't want to see him, go to, if he goes to the Colts or something like that, I care about him as a person, but I don't really, as a Hawks fan, I don't care.
Right.
If he gets hurt, better for us.
Right, for sure.
I would like to see him have a good career, and if he does move on from the Hawks, which he probably will eventually, be able to continue to have a good career.
Right.
So I hope he's smart about it.
So officially, we have started the football season. The Broncos and Falcons had a game yesterday. I did not watch it. I had to work. But the Broncos ultimately won the very first Hall of Fame weekend preseason game. And they won it 14-10. It's preseason, so it doesn't really raise any eyebrows to me. But, I'm just glad we're finally back in football season. And we're not trying to fish for things to talk about.
Well, apparently we are, because
today,
I didn't even know that there was a football game.
Yeah, well, today we are. But yes, finally we have no more Sundays of non-football stuff. And this season on Talk Interference Sports, we're going to be talking about our picks each week. And we're going to be trying to beat the coin flip this week, each week as well. We're going to try to beat the coin flip. Eric's going to pick somebody. I'm going to pick somebody, and we're going to make the coin pick somebody. We'll flip it, and we'll see at the end of the season who has a better record, us
or the coin.
And we're looking forward to that. What else have we got? The trade deadline ended for the MLB. The Mariners traded Roenis Roelius, and Mike Leake.
And there was another cat too. They traded 3 people, and I can't remember the other one's name.
I'm not sure, but they got basically all prospects back. So, I like that they did that because now we can build from internal instead of trying to work towards a spot that we're not going to get this year.
And before the season even started, I mean, what we were talking about, it was like our farm system is garbage because we traded everybody and their mother for Otani,
right?
And got screwed,
right?
Well, it didn't get screwed, but he decided not to sign with us. So
nothing that you can do at that point.
A rebuilding season has to start with your farm system. Otherwise, it's not really a rebuilding system because where do you go from having like one successful year and then you're back to 20 years of rebuilding?
Right. No, and you don't want to deal with that. Did you see
And that's why I have much more patience with this than probably other people do, because I see the long con. They're just like, oh, well, we traded this guy and this guy. All we got is prospects. Like, but that's going to be good for.
But when
that's going to be good for AA. That's going to be good for AAA, and eventually, in a couple years down the road, that's going to be good for the actual Mariners. So
right.
But I'm going to go on a big tangent again this week.
But when you tell me that we're shooting for an X year that we're going for, and that's 2, 3, 4 years ahead, when you start making trades for players who are on your team right now currently for prospects who are going to be on your team later, or guys who are developing to trade to other teams for guys who are good right now, that's very eye-opening that they're looking towards the future and not right now, which is what the Mariners have basically been doing for the last 10 years.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that I can say that's positive about this season is they're definitely sticking to what they told us they were going to do and are looking for down the road and building up from square one.
The home
and then eventually to the Mariners is going to be, well, it already is a dismal season this year, even though they just won 6 in a row and then lost to the Rangers.
Well, and they're losing to the Astros right now.
Well, but you knew that was going to happen.
Right.
Because the not the Rangers.
The Detroit Tigers are garbage, so you can
and then they went and played the Rangers, which are awful, and now they're losing to arguably the best team in baseball.
Right. I like seeing the homegrown talent. You got J.P. Crawford out here killing it. Did you see that nasty play he made? This dude threw the craziest stop and got the craziest out. Look at this. Boom, boom, stopping it, throwing it, and you're out.
Wow.
Yeah, that's homegrown talent.
Nice.
That's what happens when these Mariners finally start being homegrown guys from prospects. Boom. Look at that. That made sports. Yeah, that made Sports Center. Dude flipped over his body and threw that.
That was an amazing
You ever
throw.
seen Derek Jeter do something like that?
No.
Insanity. Crazy.
Bro, that was awesome.
That was one of the let's go moments.
That catch?
Yeah, that
the first
stretch out.
Made,
yeah.
And he had the presence of mind to keep his mind on the bag.
Yeah.
Stretch out
he
like
was
that.
Because he was
and
out,
full
kept his eye on it. Yeah, perfect. J.P. Crawford's out here getting on base, making plays like that. That's what I want to see when they're like, "Hey, we're getting prospects."
Although if you look at it, I'm not 100% sure.
No,
he's
he
on the bag.
absolutely out, bro. 100% out.
But right there, he's not on the bag. He stretched back and got on the bag.
Well, you know what, man?
But it was an out, so hey.
That's I'm not the referee, bro.
I know.
But that play in itself, even if it was or wasn't an out, beautiful.
Well,
beautiful play.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. That was awesome.
That's what I want in homegrown talent.
Both of those guys did an amazing job.
Yeah. That's what I want in this homegrown talent. That's what I want in these Mariners. We got a lot to look forward to from these Mariners.
I do too.
And I can live with a dismal season for the next 2 seasons to get that result.
If we're gonna be looking at play like that, I'm good with the next 3 seasons.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'll sacrifice my pride and all that stuff.
I never turned this on
for that kind of play. That's just awesome.
Oh well.
I think a couple of the other things that we're also seeing is that both the Yankees and the Red Sox at the end of the trade deadline were like, we're good.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, the Yankees, as much as I hate to say anything positive about the Yankees, their batting lineup is stacked.
Yeah. As good as anybody else's, if not better than everybody else's.
If not way better than anybody else's.
Yeah, for sure.
But their pitching?
That's questionable.
And questionable, in my opinion, is putting it light. Their pitching is borderline bad.
Right.
Actually, it's not borderline. It's bad.
Look at this picture.
But I think it's...
I just wanted to bring that up.
That just makes me happy.
All right. There's a picture of DK Metcalf next to Tyler Lockett. But, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just like it. Anyway. But I think we're starting to see the results of the luxury tax.
Right.
And I think we're going to start seeing the downfall of, these teams like the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Braves.
You can't buy your way into a championship. You have to build it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. At the same time, I feel like it's making baseball a little bit stale because you have X amount of teams trying to fight their way to get that to that point where you have fans like Mariners fans who are watching that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And see, I think like that. If that luxury tax actually plays in effect the way it seems to be, I think it's making baseball way more interesting.
Right. Me too.
Because, all of a sudden the playing field it's not a level, but it's closer.
What I'm saying is it's making it stale to the point where we're not making GMs make trades because they're looking statistically at numbers because of things that they can see like next gen stats. So they won't make trades because of that.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Because they're trying to build within.
Yeah. No, that it makes sense. I'm just thinking I've always liked baseball. But I think this is a good step for baseball as a whole.
Right.
To get other people that are like, well, the game's slow, this, that, and the other thing. So I don't really watch baseball. I don't really pay attention to it. If everyone is or every team is equal, it's going to make for a lot more interesting dynamic, and you're not going to be like, well, okay, yeah, the Yankees are going to do good this year. Big surprise.
Right.
You know, the Dodgers are going to do good this year. Big surprise.
Right.
Not that, both of those teams haven't had, slumps. I mean, the last time the Dodgers won the World Series was in, 53 or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. But they're always relevant. They're always in.
Yeah, but they're always in the playoffs. They're always in contention for the playoffs.
Right.
Whereas a team like the Diamondbacks, maybe they are, maybe they aren't.
Right. Actually saw an article
How
today.
well did they manage their team?
Actually saw an article today where they were talking about the Diamondbacks being relocated.
Really?
Yeah. Go try and find that. I think it was on CBS Sports.
Huh.
That one was crazy. I was like, whoa, sanity. But not too much else to talk about if you want to bring anything else up. We're at 26 minutes. Like, we're trying to be short and sweet today because we got a lot going on.
No. Well, actually, I do.
Okay.
So I was driving home from work today.
Okay.
Completely unsports related. And I was stopped at a stoplight. And, listening to Slayer, because, Slayer. And a dude pulled up me in a truck. And he looked at me and he gave me like one of those bro nods. I was like, yo. And so I paused my radio and he was like, you looking forward to the weekend? Woo! So I'm pretty sure I met Ric Flair's less talented, less successful brother.
I like it. I'm into it. I hope so.
Yeah. Me too. I mean, he smiled at me, had about as many teeth as a jack-o'-lantern, and that's what I got. And
all right.
So if he's
I'm into
watching,
that.
thank
Hey,
you.
man, thanks for bringing up our weekend.
That made my day a little bit better.
Please,
I've been thinking about that. It just made me laugh every time.
That's killer.
So
please go to Tabby's Coffee in Everett. Please go check out Kidstop Connection. Go look at Game Changer Sports Network. If you're not watching us on Twitch, if you're watching us on Twitch, go find us on YouTube. Go find us on Facebook. If you aren't watching us on Twitch, go find us on Twitch. Game Changer Sports Network.
they got all the same things.
SeatGeek.com. Use promo code GCSN.
Go see
I gotta-
Tom Loke.
Go Seahawks.
Go Hawks.
Go Mariners. I don't got nothing else. That's great, Mike. Cool, bro. Mark. Thanks, Mark. All right, man.
And
We're out of here.
It might be a little while till you see me again. But
Yeah, actually, next week Eric's gonna be gone, so it's gonna be just me, and I might try to get a guest. But
that might be for a couple weeks too. I got a bunch of big projects coming up at work, so
no worries. We will handle it. We'll take care of it as the ball comes to us. Take it one pitch at a time. All right, guys. We'll see you guys later. Sorry for the delays. Sorry for not being live where we're supposed to be live and whatever. Stuff's happening and
Yep. Life, man.
We'll see you guys later.
Have a good one.